It's elegant, the loose cannon. As you can see, scientists like Bruce Banner. Not a soul can stop me, bro.
Yeah, I'm a little late.
All your carbon copies, hoes. And I'm staring at they fucking throat. How can you niggas cope? Hell yeah, nigga, I know I'm dope. That's my fucking show. The street shit I can't let go. But I love the money way more. And that's just the way a niggas go. I'm moving fast, not in slow-mo. Niggas bitch, all you niggas straight homo. I remember being young with the fofo. Kicked in that dodo. Yeah, I needed that bro. Every penny, for every minute. I don't need no team, I don't premise, I don't practice, I'm active. Nigga, they know this. And I've always been focused. I don't know what it means to be hopeless. I was living trapped in the trenches, homeless. Niggas don't know what it means to be me. My story isn't TV. Nigga, just listen to me and get these lessons. They swords to destroy any gang. I'm a monster, destroy any gang. Go ahead, money bang with me. I'm in the best guys in my man.
Yeah, I'm about 30 minutes left.
We getting money and taking care of our kids. And shitting on niggas and open dicks. And if you talking crazy, I'm probably catching the big. But shit, I know too much.
You gotta hear that music, you hear me.
So when nobody sees shit, y'all know what's up.
Downloads.
A
lot of shit. My volume mine is kind of haywire. It ain't fucked up, but it's just, some shit is stronger than others. We get to it.
You got your better spit. Bow down to the king. I killed your whole team. Yeah. And I don't need no ring. I don't need no trophies. Give me the head of my enemies. Look in their eyes. You see that they fear they timid, G. I see on the whip go. I'll be in the motherfucking room with my sword swing. I can still hear his bell scream. That's why I move like a demon. And I spit like a fucking god. And my team look like the mob. And Versace and Ferragamo. Y'all niggas pussy. We ain't chasing money, nigga. Your fucking money come to me. Magnetic ability. People see it when I step close. And I'm hot, my nigga. And y'all doing the most. And still not getting shit. How you a man and talking about you on your dick? I ain't begging shit. I'ma go get it. I'm a god, my nigga. This shit I'm living. It's so vivid in my mind, the shit I've been through. But nigga, shit I went through and came up and manifested myself. And I'ma do it together.
Peace. I'm in here. It's the motherfucking New Year. Well, New Year's Eve. For all the mystics who understand, like clear understand what's going on. Anyway, this is the new addition to the channel, the new series. I'm gonna be on this one faithfully though, because I gotta, you know what I'm saying. The more I teach, the more I know. You know what I mean? This shit is not nothing that you get fresh out of you hear it, and then the first time you hear it or the first time you read it, you digest it properly. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I'm dealing in the sciences and I'm building with people, I'm building with guys, or women, I tell them the first chamber you gotta go through is psychology or sociology, as well as far as, you know what I'm saying, far as study. You know what I mean? You want to go through sociology and psychology and philosophy, because in any one of them angles, you're gonna end up dealing with the occult. Like a lot of motherfuckers be, you know what I'm saying? When I get to building on the sciences and I get to relating the sciences to sociology, they don't see the relation between the two. Yet one invented the other, one came from the other. You know what I mean? So you gotta understand who you're talking to. You gotta understand who you're building with. You gotta understand, yeah, all that. Because it plays a. Let me fix this camera. Yeah, I should have had all this fixed before I even jumped on here, but shit. This is a new camera. I just got it today. Yeah, but you got to understand that people's psychological or sociological background gives them their experiences with certain things. And me being a sociologist, I even, decided to take sociology class for a couple of years in order to, you know what I'm saying, and be able to dissect myself psychologically. See, the occult and psychology and philosophy, even when people go to see a psych, are all tools to deal with the self or the human psyche. The human psyche is the scientific way of saying the motherfucking soul. And they like to veil the soul, which is not, you know what I'm saying, it ain't different from nobody else. Because, like, even in the streets, motherfucker give you a doctrine to follow and try to veil your soul from you and try to have some type of manipulation or some type of spiritual contract, you know what I'm saying, with your psyche, so that you're obligated to do and uphold certain rules, regulations, rights, laws, and rituals. You know what I'm saying? Con Air. Con Air is a side note. This is a side note. Con Air, the Clipper Company, their motto was respect the ritual. You know what I'm saying? That's the name of the game. And also the name of the game is, like I said, sociology is etymology, because people say some shit and then get you confused or get you to teeter in between the two sides of the astral and the physical. You know what I mean? Them two different lives, them two different areas. Let me just put it right here. Yeah. My Chromebook camera working real good. This is my desktop camera. But anyway, yeah. Look at that. That bitch crispy though. Yes. So that's what I was saying. It's a tool. And I was on respect ritual. Respect your ritual, because these are things that you do on a daily. These are things you have to do. These are things you have to do without, you know what I mean? What's the word I'm looking for? That you're obligated to do. Like even nature, as us being in this physical form, has rules and regulations. You know what I'm saying? Natural laws that you got to follow in order to sustain this body, to stay here in the, the physical realm or what have you. You know what I mean? Yet people like to get entangled into, like I said, they get entangled into etymology. And I can't say people, I'm going to say a sociological group, a social group. Like, I'm going to use the United States as a social group as a whole. it's a lot of stuff that us as a whole, you know what I'm saying, kind of like gravitate towards or are feel damn near obligated to teach. You know what I'm saying? Like especially dealing with like slavery. Motherfucker feel obligated to teach slavery. That ain't no shit I'm gonna teach my child right at the gate. And when they come home from school talking about, oh, my teacher said we weren't no motherfucking slaves. Like, do we like slaves? Yeah, we were slaves to another motherfucker's philosophy. That's what makes you a slave. Because we're always going to be slaves as long as we're in a physical form because we're slaves to nature first and foremost. You know what I mean? Bottom line is everybody got to piss, eat, and go and sleep. Everything that exists on this realm has to follow her rules. And then have the differentiation between man, or let's say us two-legged motherfuckers, and then the four-leggeds or the eight-legged motherfuckers. I say that because motherfuckers, adults, us over here in this society, I can't say for the social group over in Afghanistan or over in the Mediterranean or even in Hawaii. I ain't never been. I know for the social group of me and my area and the people I deal with and the things that I'm accustomed to being exposed to on a daily basis, I see that us as adults, human beings, man, we just be fucking to be fucking. A lot of us just be fucking to be fucking. When, first of all, respect the ritual. Secondly, that shit has a whole nother power. It has the power of creation in it, and it's just not no shit you just be fucking around with. And a lot of people wonder why their life fucked up. And why they gotta go through a lot of psychological changes. I know as well that we've been bred as human beings so long dealing with, let's say, unnatural stimuli or man-made stimuli that our minds, body, and souls is like it needs it. It's almost like water to a fish now. I really don't see like in today's time over here in this area of the world, I don't see a person being completely like all natural. Like a lot of people like to say all natural. Like me, I'm trying to live above natural. I'm trying to be supernatural. You know what I'm saying? Which not talking about the bullshit that was embedded into your mind in order for you to think on the spiritual plane instead of the physical. I'm talking about being above natural, like, you know, the normal 33-year-old, this ain't, or 30-year-old black man, this is not what they are. You know what I mean? The normal 33-year-old black man with Crohn's, his health is probably way more shittier than mine. Shit, I know motherfuckers younger than me who done lost their mind, literally. You know what I mean? Who don't think in a conscious manner. And you can tell that the things as you know what I'm saying, that's running through these people's mind, because I know a few of them. It's not here. It's like between the realms. They're like stuck between the realms. They thinking everything that they see is here. Cause you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'll never knock what a motherfucker say or see or, you know, no shit like that or hear or feel. Well, first and foremost, I'm not him or her. So who am I to be like, oh, you don't feel that? Oh, you don't see that? That's our social group. Our social group in the United States tells us, oh, that shit is fake. Oh, that's some bullshit. You know, all some bullshit. Everybody got some bullshit. That actually is a psychological philosophy from Nietzsche, the cynic, which is a philosopher that's still studied today in all the colleges across the United States. Not only the United States, over in Europe, London, or and you know what I mean, whatever the hell else over there overseas. Because you know it's a lot of scholars in the world, not in the United States, just in the world, period. That's why, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm a student of, I'm a scholar student. You feel me? I'm not a scholar, I'm a scholar student. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm gonna die a scholar student because I don't feel like there's nothing that I can't learn from somebody or something. I'm always a student to something. I always gonna learn something new. I love to learn. You know what I mean? Even when it's being taught fucked up or not in a manner that a lot of people can digest. I'm gonna sit there and listen because I feel like it's a reason I'm in that particular place. Now, like I said, dealing with sociology and dealing with psychology, dealing with philosophy, and dealing with any other physical science, such as numbers, you always gonna come to a place where shit is like double-headed. Like when I say double-headed, I mean positive and negative. I mean where two extremes meet. You know what I mean? Like red and blue. Two extremes meet, make purple. You know what I mean? Two extremes meet. Fire and water. Alchemically, that makes earth. You know what I'm saying? Well, fire, water, and air, because the air is what cools it to make the earth. A lot of people when they, you know what I'm saying, dealing in the high sciences, they don't do that. They don't say nothing about the air like that. Yet I do because the energy, I got air in my chart. So my my energy all over the place. So I gotta make sure that, I see the angles I came through in that star system in order for me to manifest the reality I want, or manifest the reality that my universal self wants. Us. Universal self, US, us. See, it's a difference between what you want and what the universal self wants. And when the universal self comes through more than the regular self, or a little self, or microcosm and macrocosm, when it comes through, it's like don't nothing be interesting no more. I mean, look, when a motherfucker really actually do have a spiritual or physical or psychological breakthrough, I'm gonna tell you, like, the biggest gem I can give you. Maintain your surprise for everything, because you're gonna get to a point where you just like you're not surprised with anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? Ain't so when I build, I don't tell a motherfucker to a degree of, oh, you need to do this and do that. I mean, I got grimoires that I've created, yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? But to a parts of Brain versus Truth, they're not grimoires that I just feel willingly or I feel safe giving out to others. Especially like I said in our social group. In our social group, some motherfuckers get to talk about, you know what I mean, you got a psychological issue. Then some motherfuckers would be like, oh, you're demonic. You know what I mean? That's just, just for lack of better explanations or examples, excuse me. So that's why it's important to actually have like a philosophical or psychological or sociological understanding of your environment first, because you're not dealing in like when a motherfucker get to going down into them old books and dealing with them sciences and you know what I'm saying, trying to relive those rituals or try to relive the energy that those people were in at that given time and moment. It's not gonna be you're gonna feel out of place. You know what I mean? And that's where a lot of people get to thinking they need guidance and help. That's where preachers come in. Motherfucking Bible, so the shit that's in the way it was written, so motherfucker needs someone to interpret it. Like, especially with my social group being conditioned for so long to be illiterate and then actually being able to get an education and then having to fight for the education, motherfuckers ain't really, some people didn't even care about the education no more. Then you had the other motherfuckers who just didn't want it. It was like, you know what? I ain't going through all that shit. That shit too much. The same way we're driving, like moving around. Like they put pressure on you. They want to, the police or the government or whatever nonprofit agency that's running your city, town, or state want to put pressure on you so you don't, you know what I'm saying, be able to go deal with your loved ones, have the bond you're supposed to have with people. Because I don't feel this corona shit is really, you know what I'm saying? I know it's real, yet I also know that it's something that was implemented and genetically modified as well because it's been out for a long time. It's been out before it got this bad. In order for it to be the monster that it is now. Yet it's also to keep us separate because the biggest illusion that the devil puts in front of your face is that everything is separate. And when I say devil, I don't mean devil. I mean whatever's not conducive to you. The only difference between good and evil is whatever's not conducive to you. So if it's not conducive to you, it's the devil. You know what I mean? And my philosophy on that, because I say I'm a demon, I'm the demon God. I am. I'm God by default. I'm a law by having knowledge of self, but I'm a demon. Why am I a demon? Well, in a book called the Bhagavad Gita, there's a passage where a journalist is being talked to the Godhead Krishna. Now, they say when the Bhagavad Gita was being wrote, this was an hour in between the battle of Arjuna fighting his father and his uncle, I think his cousin or somebody. He's fighting his people. He was fighting his blood as relatives. And he was fighting them because his father decided to put a person he himself personally knows to be a tyrant in power. And Arjuna felt that was wrong. And because he was wrong, he felt it was wrong, he was obligated to do something. What should he do? So, my guess is he confronted them. Them niggas ain't like that shit. They said, nigga, what you want to do? You ain't going to do shit. And they got to go into war. But I know, personally, born universal truth, I know in the instance of the battle, I know the battle halted, and the Godhead, Supreme Godhead, Lord Krishna came down. He blew down. You know what I'm saying? Krishna means intellect. He came down, got the building with a journey. You know what I'm saying? They say it was an hour, but the Bhagavad Gita, I got it around here. The Bhagavad Gita is thicker, about this thick, about both of these books thick. So, yeah. That wasn't no motherfucking hour. Like, nigga, all that shit happened in an hour. Anyway. But yeah, person bringing those truths, yeah. So he brought in knowledge to him, and what he was telling him was like, you are the slayer of some particular demon. I think the name is Mata. I can't pronounce it. I'm not Hindu, nigga, so I ain't even gonna try to be Hindu. So the word is Mata or Mashata. He says the slayer of Mashata. If you can help me, if you can slay this particular demon, then you can help slay my mind. Saying that his mind is a demon because his mind is telling him not to go to war with his father and his uncle and them for the bullshit they know. But nigga, it was bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And that was intellect destroying ignorance. Yet intellect comes from where? You know what I mean? Genius comes from where? These are higher realms. These are higher aims. You know what I'm saying? They come from the essence, and the essence is ultraviolet darkness. The essence is the path of infinity. And infinity doesn't have a light. A lot of people like talking about, I saw the light and this and that. It don't make sense for you to see a fucking light. Because nothing lights up infinitely. Though I've never heard of nothing being. We don't know how long that motherfucker sun been up there. We can tell you anything. It's just the truth. Yet it still get dark every motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying? And when you come out of the womb, you're in darkness. And my social group has been demonized for becoming, or should I say, adapting to the circumstances that we were given. And we are called demons or heathens or things of that nature. I can master that. Master self, master my lower parts. You know what I mean? Mastering the earth, mastering the physical. That's what the devil strives to do. That's what he's running across the world to do. Don't it say in the Bible, oh, I'm gonna give you a set time to run across the world and wreak havoc? You know what I'm saying? Heard that shit was allegorical, or whatnot. You know? Even in the Quran, it says allegorical. You know what I'm saying? They build heavy in there. The way they crack atoms in there is a whole nother social group that you have to get into to get a clear understanding. You have to actually deal with a real ummah to really understand the sociological behavior of those people. Because some people dealing with this particular social group, far as Islam goes, I'm talking about the Sunnis and the Shiites. They pick and choose which parts of the Bible they want to digest and live. Now, motherfucker might hate me for saying that. Don't kill me now. Yeah, that's the truth. Because the Sufis, they take it all in, digest it properly, and give it back to you how it was given. When I started dealing in the science of Islam, I had a beautiful ummah. And in the ummah was an ummah inside of the ummah. And inside of the ummah was all about the shit we weren't supposed to be doing and reading, and we was all doing it. Now, this could be a reason that why I don't deal in orthodox religions. Because it ain't going to be shit but a club inside a club. You know, popularity shit, non-popular, the scientists, the dummies, all that type of shit. So why dealing that? You know what I'm saying? I want for my brother what I want for myself, which came from the social group that I was introduced to in the streets. The social group that I gravitated towards because of my sociological environment. Most of my environment was, you know, part of this in crowd, of this, you know, part of the in crowd, you know, or the gang, the mob. You know what I'm saying? Social groups. Social groups break down even more social groups. It's just, you know, people want to feel fucking important. And if they don't have nothing to make them feel important, they tend to wreak havoc or cause hell or whatever the fuck they do. My whole thing, I don't even down the motherfuckers who seeking motherfucking, you know, attention. That's something that humans do. They say human cannot live without human contact for longer than, I don't know, 5, 10 years, 20 years, something like that, 20 years, 30 years, I don't know. Or they'll die. Which I don't know. I think if they do die, it's probably because they've been dealing with the fucking, you know, the earth for so long, they become part of it. I don't even think that's a physical death. I think that's a psychological death. Or death of the understanding of constructs of this planet that a motherfucker wants you to come back to in order to get you back addicted to laziness. That's what cell phones is. That's what these computers are. You know what I mean? They're addictions to laziness. We create things to make life easier because a motherfucker don't want to do the work. A motherfucker don't want to do the land. A motherfucker don't want to, you know what I'm saying? We had the cotton gin. We had the little thing that shoot the air up in the sky and make water come down and shit. Before that, we had motherfucking rituals to make it dance and so on and so forth. Addicted to laziness, or is it we're addicted to advancement? Either way, it's a fucking addiction. You know what I mean? It's some shit that we're tied to on. I don't know. That's probably something I'm gonna have to dig into. I don't know how we tied to that shit. Cause I know I'm like when it come to adding on the elevate, when it come to, what I'm saying, leveling up in any way, shape, form, or fashion, I'm on it. I'm on it. Not for me, but because I want to see my child be on it. You know what I mean? I don't want my child to walk around with a last name and somebody hear their last name and be like, oh, that's a weird last name. Who are you? No, they're gonna hear her last name like, oh, you. Or well, the who's who of who's who gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I only deal in supreme energies. I only deal in supreme science. I deal with high explosives. I know how to deal with them. I was born and bred by fire breathing dragons. In the lion's den. You know what I mean? On every degree, measure, and angle. So I know that the social group I come from, even my approach to certain things, maybe kind of not sociologically acceptable. Especially this right here. My homeboy who I be smoking weed with told me I shouldn't be smoking my YouTube videos. But like I said, us being, you know what I'm saying, us being these people, us being bred this long and having all this stimuli that we've been dealing with for over this long period of time, it's like it's embedded in us. It's not no way to get it away from you like that 5G shit. Like, I don't see why us as human, as people, or as this motherfucking germ that's being here on this planet, surviving and thriving all this time, don't just incorporate the shit that we create with ourselves. Because this is shit we create in our mind first. It starts in the world and the manifest and then it's brought to the forefront, the physical. So if it was already part of you, why you just don't make it part of you in the physical? No, I'm not talking about getting chips and cyborg shit all in your body and all that type of shit. I'm talking about be at peace with what you created. You manifest your own spaces and places, your own energies and angles. If you decide to deviate from the path you set for yourself before you got here, before you came through that star system, then damn it, that's on you sucking that south node. That's you know what I'm saying? That's what they mean when they talk about south node in the astrology. Yeah. It's not how can I put this? It's not a necessity for you to overcome, you know what I mean, your roadblocks because you put it in a way for yourself. But what else we here for? You know? There's nothing that exists outside of universal self. There's nothing that exists outside of me. Everything that's outside of me is in me. Me, the word me, master elegant, me. You know what I'm saying? 7 degrees of separation with anything. Which some people just be like, okay, well, that's just a play on words. If that's the case, then motherfucking computers and cars are a play on numbers. So, this is the first chamber of light. I call this the first chamber of light because I'm shining light on the darkness. because that's where you got to go. That's where the lessons at. That's where the jewels at. That's the place that's going to make you an upstanding citizen. The shit you do when people not looking is what makes you that supreme deity. The shit you do when the motherfucker not around is what shows you to yourself. How you react to a situation in private is what shows you to yourself. Hey, I'm gonna try to make this get back on this live at the right time next week. This New Year's, this New Year's Eve, boy. No, I don't do the motherfucking Easter thing. This the vernal equinox. I was just watching the Hermetic Scientists, which is a Hermetic Christian church. Peace to y'all. I was just watching them build and hear them crack opening doors for other energies. You know what I mean? They say it's another war in that motherfucking invisible ass place that they believe in and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these motherfuckers I'm talking about, they out cold. Now they know what the fuck they talking about. They be cracking atoms. Yet they still get into that spookism shit. And I don't get off into that. That's why when I like, now that the new year is starting, it's a new year. And you know what I'm saying? The mystic new year. I know all you motherfuckers already probably celebrated y'all shit and got drunk on January 1st and got high and snorted powder, whatever the fuck you did, you had fun. Whatever. You brought it in, however the fuck you brought it in. Y'all did y'all's. I'm doing mine right now. I'm trying to bring it in with clarity and the fire of creativity. The reason I create things is in order to have extensions of energy left here on this physical plane to protect my children when I'm not here. And that's financially, that's psychologically, that's spiritually, that's physically, that's emotionally. Yet I know I'm not going to be able to, save them from everything. But I'm not trying to. I'm trying to give them tools in order to help them when they get into the same situations that I know that all human beings go through consciously. Most people don't know how to deal with their emotions. I didn't learn how to deal with my fucking emotions till I went to prison. I got mad and wanted to fight. Or I tried to find a way to get back at the person I was mad at. Or I did something that wasn't sociologically acceptable in order to deal with my anger. When I was put into an environment or situation or circumstance that forced me to deal with my shit, deal with myself, that was like the hardest thing I ever had to do in my motherfucking life. And I've been through some hard, fucked up shit. Yeah, dealing with yourself, to like knowing yourself, to like every atom of your body, to every physicality of your being is it's scary. It's not something that everybody wants to do. It's not something that everybody should do if they want to be happy. Ignorance is bliss. You know? My girl talk about I'm mad most mornings and angry and I'm talking shit. My third eye blew wide the fuck open. It's, not only that, I'm a psychologist. I didn't have to finish the motherfucking course in order to understand what they're saying. I took a couple classes and I got some books and got some notes and I'm like, nigga, this some bullshit. All y'all doing is giving this shit labels, which was something I did need help with. I needed help with organizing the information that I was receiving from the stimuli in my life in order to respond with the applicable ability. Fight or flight. So that's another reason I born the Magus Synagogue of the Divine Mind. I born that because it's not a religion. It's an organization. It's an organization that safeguards your mind and spirit from psychological corruption. Because that's the name of the game. A motherfucker can't have your mind all the way, but they can corrupt it. Like a computer. Motherfucker hack your shit. Okay, he done got in and got out, got what he wanted. So you get your shit back up and you get a block on that shit. That your computer's still sick. It still got a virus. It's still fucked up. It's never gonna be the same after that hack. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna be used the same way. Even like when you open up computers with certain programs, like when you upload JavaScript or Linux to your Windows or your desktop and shit. When you do that, you put on a second operational system. You're really fucking your computer up low key. You know what I mean? You're not, but you are. You're taking it through a matrix. A matrix is something that you go in and you come out different. So dealing with the computer matrices, like they say, the computer matrix, the binary code, and things of that nature, you come out different after you deal with it. And the first number you need to deal with is 1. You know what I'm saying? Self. The motherfucker you manifested, a nigga you gonna have to deal with to the end. Much as you want to feel like you in control of every other entity, you only really in control of your energy. Yet if you manipulate it properly, your whole environment and get an understanding of yourself as a being that lives in infinity. Yet a person don't really understand the concept of themselves because they get so tied up in a sociological construct, one being the Trinity. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. They're really talking about mind, body, and soul. You exist in this realm with all 3. That's what you came here with. That's what you brought here with you. These are things you need to understand and take care of. Because you brought them. That's your shit. Evidently, you got a reason for it. Your reason may not be the same as mine. We all different spiritual entities having different spiritual experiences in different ways because this is how we wanted to experience it. So, like I said, we all may have different ways, yet it's the same thing. You have to deal with one. You got to deal with one. The first rule of life is self-preservation, whether you want to believe it or not. It sounds like some fuck shit. Sometimes you got to be selfish. And you have to be selfish in order to bring everybody else into the darkness so they can be able to navigate to the water, to the wealth, to the power. All right, y'all. Peace. That's my video. It's 11:11. Gang, gang. Happy New Year's. Oh, yeah. Come on. Peace.